Tonight, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. And the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Justin Herbert and the New England Patriots.
We're at the confluence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela Rivers at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the New England Patriots. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. Had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And he is just absolutely marvelous to watch throw a football. That's something I could do all day long, watch him throw routes versus air. But he's even more impressive when their body's on the field and he's creating with big throws downfield.
Herbert on first down now. And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So they get the completion. That's good. But, Charles, probably not good to get hit on the first play of the game.
No coaching staff ever wants their quarterback hit on any passing play, especially to start the game. What you're hoping is you have one of those tough guys back there. Because sometimes when they get hit early, it gets the juices flowing, and they get right into the game.
He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Back to throw here, Herbert. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
The Patriots send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. On the return, it's Rodgers. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
This will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches. Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Yeah, that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Jabril Peppers deep to receive. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
This is Hines. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Herbert. Hunter Henry brings it in. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 39. Out of the gun, Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Julian Okwara. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit
Sometimes
better.
it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they're in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Flushed out right. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? When you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, and he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense. I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
1st and goal from the 3. Connor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, a 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board first here tonight. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Now the try here for the extra point. Put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. New England's offense set to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown. Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the 1st down carry. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. That's into a crowd and intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Rodgers now on first down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And it's caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Complete. It's Henry. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd down at 4. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Herbert. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw into the hands of Henry here. And he's got this down to the 35.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to...
The pass to Henry is intercepted. Derwin James with a pick.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. And we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. And the Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. Second half begins with a run from Barkley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a...
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Pat Fryermuth, 36 yards. And the Steelers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Pats at the line ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, and now the ball comes loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
And, oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Amari Cooper there to make the grab. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set, and racing going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0. Now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long,
and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory.
84 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game. But it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. And he wisely will throw that one away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play that time on the catch and run.
I thought he did a nice job there of reading the coverage and realizing he didn't have anything downfield. So what quarterback doesn't love having a running back who's a terrific safety valve that he can dump the ball off to and turn it into a big hitter anyway?
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Rodgers. He dumps it off to Barkley. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. Buying time to his left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Here's Rodgers. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Steelers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go and prove it.
And 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down.
The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Herbert. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Herbert now. This to Hines on the drop-off. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All all defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 38, Herbert. It's a loss of 14 that time. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there for New England. Pretty good play by both the thrower and the catcher there, Charles. 3rd down, showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And what I liked about the play was his receiver's understanding that everything wasn't on time back in the pocket. Rhythm was off a little bit. He adjusted as well and gave them a chance to complete that play.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They hand this off to Harris. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
2nd down, here's Barkley again.
Barkley a 1st down and more. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line.
51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback land on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Mike, aim. Mike,
They'll run for it with Connor. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Steelers, they start the campaign with a victory in front of an enthusiastic home crowd for a Sunday night. And they'll have another home date next week as the Miami Dolphins come to town. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.